You just lay it down, zone it, and there you get something. You can't extend zones, so every time you do something else, you have to make another one. Like there's a wall right here, and so make another one here. Extends out by here. If you hold down Shift, you can keep it and make more. There's a little observation post here. So like a gatehouse here, something like that. So after you have all your stockpiles about where you want them, this doesn't have to be exactly where everything's going to be. Like this building here is going to be moved up over here a little bit, and this building here is going to be moved over here. You know, things don't have to be exactly right, just pretty close, and then you can start the fun task of terrain editing. You can choose where you want to. I like to divide and conquer, make sections, and so it doesn't seem like as much, even though you know it really is. I'll start by just working around the walls. I know that this terrain will be as it is. It'll be, this is terrain height 1, because you can go down 1, that'll be 0. This is going to arc up a little bit right here, and it will go up 1 terrain, and then there'll be another terrain here. Actually, this is going to be over here, but we'll get to that. And gonna come up here. Up to terrain 2 here, and then this will all be terrain 2, but the buildings themselves will raise up a little bit. That up to terrain 3, here, 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 I think here too. These don't, I don't think. Or actually, yes, they do. This whole area will become raised up. And then we'll get up to terrain 4 or 5. Terrain height 5 here, 3, 5. Then up here it's a lot higher, which you'll see. So basically, for the next 3 days, I'm just going along, raising terrain, raising terrain, raising terrain, raising terrain, raising terrain, raising terrain. Raising terrain, raising terrain, raising terrain, there's so much terrain. Right, so anyway, now that we have everything raised as it's going to be, we've got the keep as multiple layers of terrain so that it looks higher in certain spots. We even have some random generation going here, just make things look a little better. And we see how high this hill is, this mountain. Dear God. Here we're gonna have some waterways coming down. There's a pool, it collects here, and we've got the temple, we've got your Vesker. Yeah, you can see why it took 3 days to raise this terrain. Yeah. Oh, and so you'll see that I already have some water here placed. See, here's where the train snakes around. There's a bridge here. This would be water running off here. Well, somehow magically a lot of water collects up here, and it's ever flowing from these 2 pools that will be here. It never runs out. There's an infinite source of water here. You just always flows down, it collects here, and then there's some waterways, and there's a round spot here, the water goes around, then it runs down here, there's a well, and then it runs out the city. And somehow this runs from here all the way across, comes out here, and it runs out this way, and it runs down this way. It's kind of like a bridge area here as well. So that is the next step. Step 3 is to place water. Place water that's going to be collected in spots like this, but other times it's just going to be open, kind of like this. Make it easier to place here in this world, even though it would really be down in a hole. Sometimes here in towns you just need to have it on the ground, which I'll show you like this. If this pool, I'm going to have some water. It's going to spread when we unpause it. So, and the fact it's going to spread around a lot, we don't want it to override as more stockpile than it has to. So, build a little further back, and then we'll just make some more spots as we go. Unpause, and you see it expands. And that's all it's going to expand. When it stops, it stops. On flat terrain, at least. We see we kind of want a box kind of like this. So we're going to add some more, and you can add water on top of water, and it actually gives it some more to spread around. Sometimes handy, sometimes not. Where once more here. Some more. That. Didn't mean to remove. Oops, I actually added lava. How about that? Oops. Let's remove that. We don't want that. I swear I'm hitting. I'm not. No, I didn't. I swore I'm hitting. Put water there. I'm not sure if I put here. Water. Exception. Right here. Here. Actually, that's as far as it goes. It shouldn't even be there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And there's always one piece that doesn't want to fill. Or 2. And now, okay. So now we have it. We have the square in there. We're just going to trim it. Remove the fluids that we don't want. So what I just call it shaping the water. 2, 3, 4, 5. Remove all this excess. In fact, we're going to need one here because it's going to be a wall right there. Just making sure. Don't you there either? And done. Okay, and you resume it, and your extra water might spread out. See there, and it holds. It'll be like that forever. It'll never spread again unless you add more water to it. Makes perfect little pools wherever you need it. Yeah, it works. Okay, so we're gonna have water running out here, but there's a problem with water on slopes. It always wants to go down to the lowest point, and these hills, it'll spread everywhere. and no matter how much you play with it, this many levels, it's not going to behave just going down. It's going to go down here, everywhere. So you can place what water you want up here, and this will stay. It'll kind of fill up here and it may run down there, but you just will trim the excess. But for the slopes and one spot in front of a slope, I'm going to cheat a little bit and use some blue pavement roads that look like water and just make it down here like that. Put some water here. You see what an exclamation bench, but we'll look at that. And so then you just move X fluid and you're good to go. And then we're going to do that. Fill this pool here, this running river here. It actually takes a little while forming it all because it likes to spread around. There'll be one hole that needs to be filled, and a little bit time consuming, but get the idea. If you're planning on doing anything like this, lots of luck to you. Alright, now that all the water has been placed, it's going to go and it's been trimmed. Now we actually get to play the game. So, as is always with towns, the first priority is going to be food. Make sure that they are fed. So when we're going to till some land out here for some farms, because there's some farms in around the real city. This isn't exactly the right place for them. It's not exactly accurate, but they're gonna need food. This is as good of a place as any. And so, also while raising the terrain, many times I had them accidentally selected kill the animal if it was overgrown, because it's, you know, raise terrain. Go to hit raise terrain, but it's now kill chicken, and so lots of animals are set to be slaughtered. But we'll set some land to till. We'll pause. We'll harvest some wheat for them to plant. Bread is reliable to start off with, so start off with some bread. And then they'll plant the seedlings for some wheat. And we'll need to set up basic carpentry. Set up our basics, since you know, they're gonna need them anyway. And this building here was called the Drunken Huntsman, but for now it's going to become the Drunken Woodsman. And another good thing about stockpiles is that you can take a zone and go right over it. Ta-da! Don't even have to remove the stockpiles first, which I didn't know at the time, but now I know it's helpful. So for the also went to set them to chop some wood, and kind of helps because the trees will all die anyway with the way they generate now. Eventually this will all become barren, so we'll need to set up a persistent tree farm, and this will all go away, which will be fine because it's a plains city anyway, and there's no trees inside the city anyway. Get some trees chopped for lumber first, and harvest more wheat. We'll go about that. When they get some wood, we'll place down some carpenter's benches. Make sure we can go ahead and set that down now. A few of them.